Afternoon. This is Pam with Follow Your Brush, and I'm here to talk about Fuumuui paper. We talked about the brushes a little bit ago, the travel brushes, but I recently had seen a review online from Ashley Hawks, who is a Daniel Smith ambassador, watercolor ambassador, and she was reviewing this Fuumuui paper. And I thought, that's interesting, and because it is less money, and I did a comparison on my other video of the different papers that I was trying. But you know, the more I have used this, actually, I'm really liking it. And so let me show you some of the things that I have done. Let me start with this little sketchbook, because you know that sketchbooks can be super expensive. But depends on what you want to use them for. And I do have, as I showed in my last video, I do love Etcher, and I have the new Etcher sketchbook with the Arch paper. But that does come, you know, that comes with the price. And Fuumuui, this is 20 sheets. It is 140 pound, 100% cotton, 300 GSM, and I've enjoyed it. This is one that I did. I've been looking at my trees out back and just playing with trees. You can see how it layers nicely. That's one thing that I like. It took the ink. It lifts well. This is one that I was just playing. I was just practicing tree bark and dropping different colors in on top of one another to see how they would dry. And I actually liked the results. Then I got a little crazy with my pen, but that's just what I do. This one, I found this leaf outside, and I thought, if I had painted this leaf and nobody actually saw the leaf, they would think I made it up. And actually, this was my painting, and I could add more details if I wanted to, but I saw this sitting there on my table, and I went to pick up the leaf, and then I realized it was my painting. So I think it came out pretty well. And again, it absorbs, the paper absorbs well, it layers well, and it lifts well. Then this is another one I did just looking out my back window. I've got some pretty trees out the window, and this is just practicing painting that. Let me give you an example of how this Fuumuui paper lifts. What I did with this is one of my really favorites. I actually really love this painting. I took this block right here. It's 10 inches by 7 inches. So 7 inches this way, 10 inches this way. I put some tape down the middle, and then I just started playing with my lunar blues and lunar violet. I wet the entire thing first, and then I just took a large brush and just dripped on the different colors, and I let it run back and forth and do what it wanted to do. And then when it was totally dry, I came back in with a brush, and then I lifted. And as you can see, this paper will lift well. I lifted with just a brush to reveal just enough of the white and give myself some ideas. And I just kind of went with what I saw and what it presented to me. Some little pathways, and I just thought it was kind of mystical and magical, actually. And then I splattered, after it was dry again, with some lunar violet. And I just love this. I think this is one of the best things I did all year. I really love this little painting. And so I cut it in half because I had taped it. So I did one, This is just on the top part. But this was done on that Fuumuui paper, and it's one of my favorite things that I've done this year. This is another one in my backyard, just looking through the window at the trees. It was a really pretty day and too cold to go outside, so I did that. Here's another one I did, and this one ended up a little bit dark. Some holly berries. This is a lesson that I took from Jill Williams for her holiday workshop. And then here's two that I did. This I did on Fuumuui. My grandson sent me a picture of the dog and the cat looking at the bird on the porch. And I started on Fuumuui, and I had a nice sketch for this one. And then as I looked back at my reference photo, I realized I had the cat in the wrong position, which nobody would know except for me and my grandson. So I did another one. This is on Arsh, and the values are darker on this one simply because I spent more time with this than I did the Fuumuui. And I could go back in and layer some more. But both papers worked equally well, I think. I enjoyed working with both, let me put it that way. And this one I did go back over with the bleed proof white to get the white in the dog. And I didn't do that on this one. But that's just I just wanted to drop in and let you know, because I was talking about the Fuumuui paper. And if you are interested in a less expensive 140 pound, 300 GSM cold press paper, and you don't really want to spend the big bucks, or your family was looking to get you a gift for Christmas and they don't understand that watercolor paper can be expensive. This has 20 sheets for about $18 compared to maybe $10 more, $10 or $12 more for an Arsh sheet or block with maybe the same amount of paper or thereabouts. Anyway, it's just a way to save like maybe $10 or so. And this I think was like $18 on Amazon. And we know the Etchers sketchbooks, although they are worth the money, are quite expensive. So if you're wanting a sketchbook to carry around with you and not have to pay for a lot of money, or you want to give a gift to somebody, but they will still enjoy the paper and have some decent results, I gotta say, Fuumuui, you did a good job on this one. Thank you.